뭐야? 당가 손딩에라 뭐 다른 도지가 동보 아니 세시에서 지적은 오네라 아니 다 세시에다 아니 동원이데 로자와레스
So you know, of the eighth chapter of the Abhisamayalamkara. So we the first chapters, so which the you know, concerns with the all aspect novels, and which is and so the first chapters the as the you know, the subject matter of like 10 topics, and so of those 10, so the first 2 topics, you know, 10 topics which characterize the omniscient mind. So first 2 which we finished is the mind generation of bodhicitta, and then the precepts. So which the first 2 we have finished.
네, 다음은 저 시동체나 네, 세시 동어 년제에 로스네. 선바테 년제에로 기요레스. 이나요. 아니, 자와체나다 자와티가 디파로텔 가르수 존디세나. 아니, 겐데니 시승이지. 수용도 있어봐. 아니, 디콜라니 대시 소소스.
So as if you follow this the 10 qualities or which attributes which, you know, characterize the omniscient mind. So the third one after the mind generation and the precepts, then the third one, which is called the definite, the branch of definite discriminations. So if we follow that, then we should be talking to next topic will be on this definite, so the branch of definite discriminations.
이나다 자와제나니 자와넬로니 겐데니 시수죠. 있어봐. 대 자와제나 간데니스나 네 운보도 nem보도 대도 도도지네지 바체치 바시네도 셰도제모 우문도 파스 세타도 수치도 칠라지니 세르도는 니셔고 오시지. 디가 지군이 디가 네 겐데니 시수인 거요레스.
So however, according to the root text of this ornament of clear realization, then after this the topic on the precepts, then the root text read, which is 1.23, read, dull and sharp faculties by faith and attained by seeing from lineage to lineage, one intervening intermediate upon birth with and without exertion, 3 flying to the highest land, going to the finality of the peak of cyclic existence, conquering desire for forms, peace in the life of seeing, manifesting the corpus, rhinoceros, the 20. So according to the root text, then the next topic, which we will continue, is on the 20 types of sangha.
다더니 겐데니지데 시게야 진짜 가르스나 네 간다니 동어 가서 땡 겐주선라 동비 동어시 수요레스 동어 가서 땡 겐주선 겐주선라 동비 동어시 시요레스 제자 디노네라 다 겐데 겐주테 네 디 차시 집에다 겐데 겐주테 네 자체고 네 대치 또 가고 요레스 디인사 네 설시네 미치사네 네 소요 요레스.
So So why in the root text? So there's the before that, the third the attributes of the omniscient mind. Then there's the text goes on the topic of these 20 types of sanghas. So this is the topic comes from the it's like extensions of the one of the like 10 precepts which we remember the precepts which instruct on three jewels, three objects of refuge, and so therefore these 20 type of sanghas, so which kind of expand these specifically on this of the three jewels, the jewel of sanghas, sangha, and so the one of the so it is said that the reason why there's a further explanation of on the jewel sangha is because this jewel sangha is a very vast and difficult to understand, like as a topic.
That is that in that diga zawatiga the chikuni diga ane karasungo arsana shetung tejingi doje te tewa chimbi ge junshi za dene denga genda tsumate ane teje popa shato chode go res dene ge teje popa te ganda kanres denga yorsana ane temega nyentiga ne pope nyentiga genda ge mingone mina te nyenti li jane denji ane teje popa re de go res o tingone ma shi ge res
asa mingi kodlo tingming
mi jiju da ne shagodu shimugu sin shego yorwa
no
ina yo denji teje popa re de go res ro de 가르스나 니티 시에가 말이 니티 시에나 테메지 때지 쳐는 거로와 어때 저거 요 말에 네다 니티 그 미크네 네 대체 포벽을 견도 시인 거래스
so the this like the ornament ornament of clear realization, which actually belong to like a Mahayana scriptures, and so therefore the all the topics that which include in here, like all should be relating to the Mahayana path, Mahayana teachings, and so here so these specifically this topic on the jewel object of sanghas. So again, that too should be sangha should be here should be referred to the Mahayana like a superior being, or the Aryas as Arya. So but then however when we study in studying about these 20 types of the sanghas, so where it will the actual explanations and the various terms that are used to refer to those sanghas are all really belong to like the lesser vehicles, like Hinayanas. When we will find out later on these when we go through each of these 20 types of sanghas, and so therefore it is said that even though just by name, just by terminologies, these are here mentioned belong to the lesser vehicle, but actually the real presentations indication is the Mahayana sangha.
근데 다 년티가 담 보배에서 그러다 인터넷 견디고 아니 미때는 제그 진짜 가르스나 아니 년티 포파텔라 년티 텔라 년티 지 견데텔라 ni jiju da shawon da shimo do da chombo asine ni yewa mo boji lose kan shege yore sarwa dendra wite ni dendra we ta tupa chanda waji da ni ta gend te nyenti ji gend chipo mare techela gend yore ese da ani di tupa chanda waji ani techela yore ese ni ga hakwaya ga cheta ani tete sunde go yore es mi tete ta sunde go res.
So for example, we find in here in the list of these 20 types of sanghas. So there's the which includes the sanghas of a sharvaka vehicle or the hearers vehicles of like saying like the stream, what do you call this? The stream enterers, and then the once returners, and the non-returners, and the four destroyers. So these are the types of the sanghas which belong to the sharvaka, the sharvaka or the hearers, sanghas of the hearers, and so therefore the way however the text there's an implication. It is implied that the Mahayana or the greater vehicle also have a so when we in here when we the text when while talking about this the inner realizations inner realizations of those sanghas for like different types of sanghas of the sharvakas sharvaka vehicles. So it's also the implied. It is also implied here that the similar kind of the realization, inner realizations, is also within the also can be found in the Mahayana as well.
Tatani sitane ni ndole ni ta gendi tela ni gendi ji sheje da ndole gendi ji sheje la supa sumbate ni ta tijinge tu je kasala nyeshi sarji ma dune sumbares ko de aisena.
So in fact in the sutras there's the listing of like 48 types of sanghas, and so therefore this text of ornament so it really only lists the 20 types of sanghas, which is to simplify that listing the 48 that is mentioned in the sutras.
Wanata kandala ni teche popatela ni nyenti chi genda chi mine tenguye na mine tane tangye na nyela ni ta ngazo nyenti ni genda tela yawa mumboji yore tezo teche hakwaye te kechi more de yores tezo kechi yore de tezo la hakwa suna ni tezo ga ni putu chandawa de yawa ta tela tene ni teche yawa shiye kuk yores 제자 안에 가서 내가 네 니티지 겐들라 소파가 어떻게 예와 댕기지 준 거인스 예와 쪼대다.
So as said before, so in here the main implications is to it's explaining or revealing the inner realizations, spiritual realizations of the Mahayana, Arya beings, Mahayana superior beings, and but however the way it is those Mahayana realizations are presented or are revealed here is through revealing the or presenting these realizations, various realization of the areas of your sharvakas, vehicles. So therefore, in order to know these the realizations, whereas the inner realization of the Mahayana Arya beings. So in order to know this, so we first have to study and have to know the inner realizations of the Aryas, Arya being of Sharvakas.
Dane swimbi gane genda nyeshite re ngin zanga wana tezi nyora sawo yores rwa tezi zanga watani yores inaya ta dane genda nyeshe yeje chibi ane zo je yores rwa ane je tenga zo pi yapo nyela ngisu yores.
To go, if you to going in like a very in detail about this, each of these the 20 types of sanghas, is a very can be quite complicated and there's a lot to studies. So therefore, what we will do is first we will just focus on these 8 types of the sanghas, which in fact which will subsume all the 20 types, all the 20 sanghas. So we will focus on those first focus on those 8 types of sanghas.
Tatela ni jiju shupado jiju rene niche shung shupado shung rene niche shung shimogun rene shupado shimogun rene niche dacho shupado dacho rene niche ne jet de chago yores.
So what are those the 8 types of sanghas? 8 types of sanghas. What are they called? So we find the 4 2 of like 4 sets. So one set's called like the approachers, and then the other set's called like 4 enterers. So therefore we have the we can start with the first. We have the approacher to stream winner. So that's called as this first type of sangha is called approacher to stream winner. Is a stream winner? I think so. And then the stream enterer. Hang on, stream winner or hang on, let me check. Stream enterer, I think it's better term. Yep. Approacher to stream enterer, and then we have the approacher, and then there's the abider. So 2 sets of 4 like 4 approacher and 4 is an abider. So that's why I confused. So then we have a abider in the fruit of the stream enterers. So that makes 2, and then likewise, then you have an approacher to one's returner, and then the abider in the fruit of the one's returners, and then we have the approaching to non or a never returner, and the abider in the fruit of the never returners, and then the approacher to 4 destroyers, and then abider in the fruit of 4 destroyers. So that makes 8 loss.
That te je ni sambalaya nyala ta aso nyenti tela ane puja ranjewa singe ta lo drawa pundi tsala puja ranjewa da ne puja jijawa ni songo yores
la puja khazala
puja jijawa
do
ranjiba ranjiba ni she yores ane ale ten nyala ngi zumatana ane shimata so te singi kawo yoresrwa puja rinjiwa do kodon puja chichewi ko chi te chi shugis
di get ma sheba so
de jewa ni sumbala
la
nyala puja rinjiwa do chichewi ko hamakona
la
de ngi zu tu marwa
la
tenza ne puja chichewi ko don rinjiwa ko te chi shugis
yeah so I will so in order to introduce before we we introduce on these 8 types of these sanghas, so know the characteristic or the difference of each of those 8 ones. So before we to do that, we have to understand, we have to study about the way these where the object of abandonment, where we can overcome the object to be abandoned. So regarding this, so there is the way we can overcome or the abandon the what is to be abandoned. So there are two types. So one is we can abandon in a like in a gradual ways, and then the other way to overcoming this object of abandonment is the instant, like instantly.
Ta nyenti ji long la shu, tene wa da chombe kompul long la wan rodi tsala, ane richi de kande yor sena, ane tenche nyenti ji tolong to tsabi jesa, golong tombo ne, nela shidong nyemu tela, dewe nyemu ko ge, zuchi nyemu ko ge, zumechi nyemu ko ge sene chi shega yore sirwa. Teni za tombo dewe nyemu te pon, teni zuchi nyemu te pon, teni zumechi nyemu te pon, rinpa ji tandungi yore sir. Tela puja rinji wa sene shega yore sir.
So just to begin with, so if with a person or with someone who one who is to whose goal is to achieve the liberation of, let's say, liberation of sharvaka vehicles. So for this, so in order to reach to that state of liberation, so I have to overcome all the object of abandonment, all the obstructions to the liberations. So these obstructions, or the what is to be abandoned in order to reach to the state of liberation for this someone who aspire to achieve the liberation, who liberation by following the path of Sharvakas. And so for that, so with regarding this, the object of abandonment, so there we can there are 9 each of the on the each of the three realms. So you have 9 levels of the object of abandonment on the level of on the desire realms, and then on the form realms, and then on the formless realms. And so therefore, when we talk about this, the abandoning or abandoning this what is to be abandoned in a serial or in a gradual way, so that means this is a person, is someone who then who abandoned all these levels of the object of abandonment of the desire realm to the formless realm in a gradual process, one by one. And whereas the one who does it instantly, but abandon these all these instantly, so that it doesn't follow, doesn't abandon in such a gradual or in such a serial process.
아니 다 드리 가서네 네 고대 그치다 네 대변이 뭐 그여와 나지가 네 줄라 그여 주메라 그여 시셔 예스 마도 셴 주코로 논셀라야 소테 동보니 파스마 시와스네 데레레라요 그레그레치 아니 주메라요 논카타에 노신타에 제유메스 찌세네 데레레라고 그레그레치네 네 중앙모 셰요레스 이나다 가서 간다 네 가른 이주는 인지 그랬으나 네 주멜 그야와지도 네 줄 그야와지 내가 지도록 신경잖아 디글 대체가 지성됐어
so like so we mentions that the with the regarding the object of abandonments, so there are object of abandon 9 types of object of abandonment with respect to each of the 3 realms of like a desire realms and form realms and the formless realms. And but then if we go in a bit of detail, then we, for example, if we look into then the form realms, so the form realms got like the 4 levels, like first concentration, second, third, and fourth, and then each level has a many subdivision, and so each of those might have a 9 levels. We can talk about these 9 levels of object to be abandonment. So likewise, if we in a formless realm, there are different levels, like the formless realms of the infinite, like consciousness. Sorry, in the space, in infinite consciousness, and the nothingness, and the peak of cyclic existence, and then we have to when we're talking about the object of abandonment, then there are 9 levels of object of abandonment for relating to each of those level within the form of the formless realms. So, however, what we will do, we just focus on just in generally, on each of these 3 realms. So there are 9 levels, 9 types of the object of abandonment.
아니 다 부자를 저한테체 아니 다 부자 진짜 와서 가르치르세나 아니 니티롤 슈네 아니 다 니티 통론에 니 고론 토포와 깨지 동보 내가서 빠제면으로 되어와 디 내가서니 대외 녀무 충이 충듯제 주지 녀무 충이 충듯제 주메지 녀무 충이 충이 선라 이녀 디지체 본 디지트 본다 첨부 선데 동보 첨부 선 첨부 첨비 첨부 선데 이녀 디지트제 아니 디지트 본 디지트 단 링기 선스드는 뭐 아니 단 콘서가 데 드네 어디가 말은 바지다 보는 중에 되라 네 지자와 되기 그래서
so the one who get rid of this, the object of abandonment in a gradual way, then will do overcome for the first from the first levels of that object of abandonment of the desire realms, and then go to the work on abandoning the form realms. Then, as we said before, within the form realms, if you go in detail, so there are so many sub levels, and each level has a 9. So then, one who is doing overcoming this obstruction in a gradual way, then have to do one by one in a kind of a serial on a gradual order in that order, and until you overcome the object of abandonment on the level of the peak of cyclic existence. So, however, then there are another one who we overcome, who abandon this object of abandonment instantly, which refers to someone, for example, who when the enter the path of seeing, like if you talk about the 5 paths, so the path when the person first enter the path of seeing, so which we can recall, then that path of seeing is the uninterrupted path of seeing, and which has the capacity to directly overcome these certain the obstructions, certain object of abandonments. So therefore, this person then, rather than in that first instance, so that path, the uninterrupted path of seeing, has the capacity to overcome all the levels of the object of abandonments of the like I think in the last session we mentioned, like the 9 level in terms of the a big or medium and small, and so the first one to overcome is the big. So therefore, the first moment of that uninterrupted path of seeing, then the directly counteract the big of all the object of abandonment of all the 3 realms, to the instantlies, like the realms of desires and the forms and formless realms, all that level of the big of that object of abandonments are the overcome instantlies loss.
Shita inda denye da ne zuchi nyemo la sopa pon se disala pon tela ya ta dingel nga so nye she da ne shen du nye she disala so te she resro di kasla ne loma shula ne dewe nyemo pon ye chi ke she res ne te kandis pungurse di pumba te ngenje te pumada nekachi nyanjit mewajila keje shiguyo res. Te karisena pena nin dewala nin nemo wado, setu wada, tnigupi dunga mombo jila yasane ni dine ni tele sote tombola pi di dewala yantune. O tni jetsanga tniga ni ta dewe dunga la supala mi ni tel punta matotane ni ya sote tumi ngijina supa to no tsala ane te kecha poi kecha ti ge yore te nyanji to ngone wa zo ji ge yore es
di kadul tanda de soro
tanda de shitone dewe nyemo poi singi joro ko ge ina poi ke shi de ge wa ko ge poi tela ane jite be pache melo senanda ne jite le de be pache melo sene ponce nindoa ni sheza kitiga ta shei me pasira to gaya yo mare pi dewe dungala supala ropata kume dungala supala ta dewala supala chewata ne ya ane shiro no bachi jilwala tene te chi jorwa tela tene sote ngi jedra ni ngi jedra te chi do o tni sono yan rongi ne ni puwa tela ngenje ta ma puwa tsen mo to ti sawe to che po yo mare den tono ta niente ji tono ma topi harota tni punge yores deve ni mula supasita.
Okay, so we just talk about how there are the different levels of different types of the object of abandonments relating to each of the 3 realms, and in order to achieve the liberation, so we have to eliminate all these object of abandonments, and then we also talk about how the way we can abandon all this, and there are 2, in a gradual way or instantly. And now there's also we also have to take note here another one when we talk about use the word abandon, abandon or remedy or whatever you use an antidote to certain object abandonments. So the way you use is also it is also depends on the what type of path that is that serve as the remedy, as the counteract, as the antidote. So if the path that you are applying, if it is a mundane path, then the meaning, the indication of abandoning or remedying or removing is only more like a manifested form of that, the object of abandonment. Not necessarily in terms of the getting rid of that object of abandonment from its root, completely, the overcoming, getting rid from its root and from all the seeds. So just relating to this, if we can recall how when we studied on the subject of the five divine eyes and all the six clairvoyant powers. So even in there, we talk about this how the practitioners then the overcome the afflictions of desire realms, and then through overcoming that, then how they achieve the actualize the highest state of consciousness, like the state of the actual concentrations of the first level of concentrations and so forth. So in those contexts, so obviously the one who have achieved the actual level of concentration has not really uprooted the affliction of the desire realms. So we're just talking about the more to do with more manifest, more obvious form of mental afflictions, which, for example, that those afflictions which serve as a source of the obvious sufferings that we find in the desire realm, such as sickness and the short lifespans and all that, and how however by achieving this such higher state of the level of concentration, so these things can be overcome, but not really overcoming the root of these mental afflictions. So likewise here, when we talk about this overcoming or getting rid of this these 9 levels of the object of abandonment, so there's also we also have to understand that this how it is overcome is also depending on the path, the internal inner path which we serve as the remedy for those object of abandonments loss.
다 가서 아니 든지 겐드 제티 농라 아니 동보 지주도 슈파다 지준 제네스네지 이 여러 바스틴자 아니 든지 지주 슈파텔라 지지 가르 총거게 메데 지시가 있어.
So so of these 8 types of the sanghas, so the first 2 sanghas, so which refer to the approacher to the stream enterer, and then the abider in the fruit in the fruit of stream enterers. So we have to find out what is the specific the attributes or the qualities of the each of these 2 sanghas.
다 드네 지지 슈파 생이데 간데 저거도세나 다 니티 질로주 공인 발라와 아니 tupu kajo sansi ningichi. Tupu kajo sa pombi ko pomba la, pomba topi shita, ne ta yowa jincho sini, ta nyojo tanchi se kor ta. Tani ka ta pomba jirwa, pombi nondolo, tupu kajo sa pombi nondolo, topi ka shita, tani ka nondolo ante to, ne pi nyojo tanchi la, i de dengi ka ta, tani ka kuzo ji la, se ka yores. Ji shupa. Ji shupa.
아, 근데 되어 봤어.
슈파테 투포크 주스 그조 봄이 하셨더라. 대 봄이 다 샤게 시다. 아니다. 대 봄이 논로로 여러와. 대단히 녀전 타지도 나와. 대댕이 고소했어라.
디 되게 가서라.
배나 이 전로 타말 넘어져 댕이 여러와. 두부 받치면 돈을 받치면 넘어져 댕이 여러와. 저 대대 대 적어요.
교수쇼바.
지슈바 적어요. 또 부끄지서 본요 말아.
냠샤 튠지니 로데라.
너저 요와지 쳐서 내 봐서 그래. 다 요와지 쳐서 내 고소 세계들 다 요저 던지나 있게 시거.
So see how we go. The first the approacher to stream enterer. So is refers to someone who is very close to achieve or to enter that the release, the release part of seeing, the release part of seeings, and so the release part of seeings, so which has which is the indications of having abandoned, or which one attained, upon the abandonment of these three types of on the object of abandonment, the object to be abandoned by these part of seeings. So therefore the technically, so this is referring to someone who is in the include the like this someone who is one who have just entered into the uninterrupted part of seeing, but not yet reach the release part of seeing. So that's where however that the person is on in terms of the person is on the same meditative equipoise, same period of meditative equipoise as that, as the person who achieved the path of release, as well as the last someone who is in the like the last leg of the part of the preparations.
당가서 고아로빠나 오지자와이나 근데 두부그죠선 예래서 두부그죠 하고 그러와 두부그죠선 두부그죠서 니딱도 천저도 뜨지 준서 텐소니 무지에서니 선저와 아니 다 고알로 조나 위치나 데스니 뿜비그 셔다 답이 잼베 셔비고 고조테 니 지지 쉬바다 데스 뿜비그 고조테 니 지준제네스네 어떤이 자고 요레스 고아라바나 위치나
so the main objects to be abandoned by these the someone by the like approacher to the stream abiders to the stream abider, not also stream enterer. So So the main object of abandonance are included in are these three. These three. That is the one. That first one is called the wrong view of our transitory collections, and then the wrong view of the relating to the moral ethics, moralities. That is wrong view of the regarding considering some what's it called? 니버서 수dim 가서 그냥 제시.
전자도 뜻이 중자.
라.
전자도 뜻이
수dim 총진세 가서.
전자도 뜻이 중세르다.
수dim 매말.
서로 발라서 그러고 전자도 시해. 그걸 뜻을 내딩이 시고 이세로다. 어떠니 초든지 변서 받으세요.
Like an ethical practice of certain, believing in certain like a wrong ethical practice or the discipline as a supreme supreme practice, supreme ethical practice. So believing in such wrong ethics, and then there's the doubt, the deluded doubt. So these three are the main object to be abandoned by the object of abandonment, and so therefore in the one way to understand the one who is called as the approacher to stream enterer is a one who aspire to abandon these three which is to be abandoned, the three obstructions, three afflictions to be abandoned by the path of seeing.
Wana ne ta shato tobu nyemu tela mumbo yoros tobu nyemu tela kato mumbo yorwa sarwa ina yu te ngate te sonte te sote mi sana tsichi shene ni ya ji tel pumbi pumba topi sheta zembe kuzote ni ta ji shupa don te pumbi chane ni ji ne jogu ji se karasena te sonte tawa topala ke zona chi sore deres.
So once this person they overcome or fully abandon these three afflictions which I mentioned before, afflictions to be abandoned by the path of seeing. So once the person abandon those three, and then this person, who's called as the approacher to the stream enterer, then goes into the what we call as the abider in the fruit. Then the person is called the abider in the fruit of the stream enterers. So now here, when talking about this, the object of to be abandoned, object of abandonment of the path of seeing. So there are so many other types of the abandonments. So, but then why, if we the reason why there's only these three are singled out here is because these three are the main afflictions which are the serve as obstructions to achieve liberation.
Ta tomo njita katote tiga tawa topala kech tsogo shegres te kanes shego sena njita kato singete shiton kuzo donza tsoji tsego mare ngaro nganza njita sego re nga ne tere ne ta pimbolo ngo jingeta wa ngasingi pimbol o jenge jabota ni tni nzadengi lo jigo yore deki tni kuzo ti ngati cheche gitire ngate ni tni pimbol o jenge ta won zade go kasi o jenge ta tni ji mena ngate men ro dus ro ngate men ro isa nga mesona ni dosi ngasi de shewa shima de tni ro sa yo mares tinza ngasingi te pi pimbol o jenge ta wo jindu sone pi just temons dinge drin zgyor stig da chebi to pe ne tenza diga ne tawa to pala kechi yores nga kase temons wa de zonji tawa to pala kechi yores
ngat la
nganzi ji ta ra nganzi ji ta diga pena kuzo shiro pa segro ta kato de dinge nga dot to kenleng ni yorwa nga te pimbi u dewa pona shi nzongyores teni nga te pimbi u dewa pona ji mena nga te menro ndis nga menro na nga shewa shama se to nga ne shewa shama chi shendo teni ge jaten roya mandis teni sa ne nga singi te pimbol dewa to ta ta shin de so ne pi shu to pon za ya ji rowa o ten za ya tres an tiga nzapala teni ni tawa to pal ke ji gores
jita kunda de la goya malode
jita kato da
kunda sha so the why these three object of abandonment, three afflictions are the main obstructions, main obstructions to liberations. So first, the wrong view of like transitory collections, which is one of these three object of abandonments. So here we have to. We are talking about object of abandonment to be abandoned by the path of seeing. So therefore, is referring to the imputed wrong view, or the imputed or intellectually, acquired a wrong view of such here is a wrong view of transitory collections. So this, what is this view? Is that it is a view through which the see that the I, or the self is something like eternal, something, and the existing like independently or self-sufficiently. So it's, and in a sense of I, referring to a conception of a I or a sense of I. So in which, through which, so we can see that the I is like even though we have the other aggregates, like the aggregates of the forms, feeling, and so forth, but the I is the center, is the most important one. It's like a king, and which the possessor or the owner of all these other part of aggregates, and so so someone who there are also we also know some non-Buddhist school which hold the view that without the positing such a view of the I, eternal I, then there is no person cannot exist, and that means there is no no a birth, or no rebirth, no death, and so on. And so therefore on the ground of that, so they make they assert this whole the conception of an I. So therefore, however, in here, so it is said that holding such a conception of an I, so is the becomes the main, can become a main like obstructions to to liberations.
아니 니파티가 네 개간데스 시가 왔으나 니파티가 롱과 논주를 천적이요 그래서 선자도 도지 주지티가 롱과 논주를 천적이었어 간데스 저거요 그래서는 아니 에다 소소 페네 도트 티피 타와라 소파 타와 추트 치바 니 타와 추트 치바 있어 타와 추트 치바 주 디니고 온기가 다 수시가 선자 수시래 다 페네 시로발 드니도와 열세도 때는 맹가 때 봐서야 수수선 점ong을 매번에 니락지와 빌리세야더니 아니 수수가 천적더니 그것도 유선에 아니 드니 배 시우지 추트 접반서관이자 아니 타외가 론 저거 말에 타외 논주 이거 론 저거요 그래서 드니 타외 론 타외 다 논주고 론 저발라 저 인자니 될 아니 타와도 발라 계시고요 그래서
And then the next, the object of abandonment, which is the a view, wrong view, which you believe in certain the practice, the certain like inferior, inferior practice as the as a way to achieve, as a way to reach to achieve liberation, and so therefore considering that as the supreme practice. And you can also have certain view, also certain the wrong or inferior view also as a supreme view. And so therefore there is a if we do not overcome this object of abandonment, the second object of abandonment, then there's we can be easily like misled in our path. So like the example of this kind of the second type of the wrong believing in the wrong disciplines as the way to achieve liberation, as such as like some non-Buddhist schools where have the believe in certain ascetic like practice of the sacrificing one's the or just the depending or just devoting oneself to this practice, or whereby you use your five finger as a wick to and then burn the offering a light, and such relying, and they're considering such practice as the way to as a cause to achieve salvation or the liberations. So therefore this which is not the case, and so therefore this second the object of abandonments, so which is mainly to avoid such the falling into the wrong path loss.
Sambegani ni long nondo nye na yo delo tenso sa yu ne ani ta to pala keshe yo res kandes tenso seres na pena lende la supata kenju la supata ani kenju sa de sho ta ye na mena lende de demba yin na mena o tni ge tenso ji unki ani ta to pala keshe yo res.
And then then the third one is object of abandonment is the like a doubt, like a deluded doubt. So which is also a very also one of the main can be a main obstructions, one of the main obstructions to achieve liberations, because even if you found the right path, but if the doubt arises, if you begin to doubt that path, and then then how this can the prevent, discourage one, from following the path. So therefore, this deluded doubt, so is also listed here, and is because it is one of the main obstructions to liberations.
Onata jiju shupatel sejida wakarisha. Ne jiju renetel sejida wakarisha sigena. Ne jiju shupatela ne nyenti tonlo pache melon yarwa. Nyenti tonlo pache melon dan de do nyojo chanta chit chiwi. Nyenti tonlo pache melon pasarda. Nyenti tonlo pache melon patan de do nyojo chanta chiwi jolon ba yarwa. O deni de ne jiju shupazo gondis.
Jolamba de Shalanti.
Jolamba. Nyojo tanchi chiwi jolamba da. Nyojo tanchi chiwi jolamba de ne jiju shupada ne teni pache melon trovi nodolo tokrowa. Bukuju so pumbi. Nodolo topi teni jidenje kuzo de ne jiju ndenesne. O teni shagyores.
So from the above, so you get some the idea, some knowledge about the type of sangha called the approacher to the stream enterer, and then the abider in the fruit of the stream enterers. So because after we explaining, and also because we have found here that the what really the criteria which will qualify, which makes that this the each one of these sanghas, so is more relating to the whether or not you have overcome as someone who's on the path of this lesser vehicle of the Sharvakas, then whether you overcome those three object of abandonments. So if you now give us if you to give an example of someone who is who we can call as the approacher to the stream enterer, then the example would be that the person who's as I mentioned before, who's on the last leg of the path of preparations, and then from the path of preparation, so on the same, somebody who's on the path of preparation on the meditative equipoise, and on the same meditative equipoise, same stations, then goes into the enter into the newly enter into the path of seeing of the Sharvaka vehicles. So these practitioners, or these the hearers, beings, practitioners. So these are the approacher to the someone who is on the last last session of the path of preparation, and the path of seeing, uninterrupted path of seeings. So on that, these are the approacher to the stream enterer, and then the example for the stream, the abider in the fruit of the stream, the enterer is once that person, fully, overcome those three afflictions, and then, achieve these or enter the path of the release, the path of the release of the path of seeing. Then that is the abider. The person become the abider in the fruit of the stream enterer.
Tandi kote ngazo siton Ni tingel nye sangen na ina tesi le lo ko ge jere sro nye mangen tingel nye manyung ina tesi go tupo no tesi yores ina sono shi cha to ina a shira shira de yo mare sro ne kesin so ji rodon ro jin go itso sona ne ta ti so ka ten ji mo bo in ji ngol je yung ro ba tenu ji ku sa ju su ji nu go te di sala so so de lo an ra su ji nye wo ina ra ne de quiet la
so the on one way, so the if there's anyone here who get very bit of confused, get confused here, so it's more to do with the all this new use of new words that we found here. So if those of you who have been attending well to all the teaching that we have finished so far, and then you're familiar with all the what we have covered so far, then really it is on the other hand what we are discussing here is not that not that complex, but then it's very useful in a sense. At least it will next time when you are reading a book or when you are attending to some teachings given by like His Holiness Dalai Lamas or other lamas, and then when you comes across these words, these like the which you can find in a lot of the Buddhist literatures, and these words of stream enterers and abiders and all these things, then at least you have some background knowledge about what this means.
Ni kesi kotanan pe apores roa kumatana ngacho rimba jetani kale ngacho tiloju chechu res roa ane teu ngoloju chechu res ane ta ngacho nriji loju cheji roa da ane tatni jesu shomengo bisulan de tewa chimbi chilan de loju chechu ngacho gato zone makona yo popa trowe kine ane nyet ya te pe seno chimbore sang desroa.
So so if any of you who don't fully understand all this right now, so again I can also say that there's no need to worry, because there's no need to expect to learn everything straight away. So we will have plenty of time to study, and then if we keep continue this what you are doing now, then I'm sure that eventually it will all come to your mind. And so that's one thing. And then on the other things that we should also always have to remind to ourselves that just regardless of whether how much we gain knowledge or not, but just having this opportunity to study this text by Maitreya on this Ornament of Clear Realization, just by that, just itself is a great. One should think that it's a really extremely fortunate, and should also think that even just hearing the teachings, hearing the words of this text, what in this the ornament text, so it's of great benefit, and you're trying to as much as possible trying to keep the mind very positive and joyful in learning, regardless whether, of course, if you develop knowledge, that's great, but even if you don't develop knowledge, we have a good reason to keep mind positive and joyful to keep learning this text, of course.
te mombujilan tin reshe jai rowa tela ne gatroda ne jesi ronda ne jibondo isra ne maupala ina di kodela kase kodde woji 다시 간데도 따네 아니 대 ngone machi rot ta ga yisro tano rot ta yal tan bechi chi is.
Yeah, so it's not just you, so it's also a great a learning opportunity for myself as well, and but I regard really enjoying this the giving teaching on this text on the ornament of clear realizations, and I'm also trying to, as I teach, trying to teach, and also trying to think of how I can, if not now, in future, how I can teach in a more simple and more how we can be more, make the explanation more clearer. So I am still thinking, and can say that it gave me a great delight, great pleasure to go over this text.
ane ge do ge la ga disro tsawa ngone deu tu deu ji no ne bi chasu ji bi lo ni zo ta na ya boyo te jingi tu ji chasu ma shi ya ru sung dis te ngaru ra wala te ji gi isro.
Yeah, Geshe Lobsang keeps saying that make sure we go over follow the root text, and trying to, he insists that we have to complete this, the whole text to the end, to go over the root text and then explain it in a more as clear as possible. Yeah. But finish it.
Yeah.
So we leave here, but unless if someone has a question here. Yeah.
You said that he's in the path of release. Isn't it after the path of release?
Stream abider. So abider in the fruit of the stream enterer. Okay. Yep.
Now,
path of release.
You say that person is in the path of liberation.
Path of release. Yep.
Is it not after that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tanda di ta gyunshu shubha che gyunshu dene jo ro di ta namdo lamne shagwa ro namdo lam ki jela yo ma re sigi sar
ta te soni jel le gre ne me yo mo boy re tanda jine le jire
la yeah. So at this stage we will leave at the point that someone who enters into the path of release, of the path of seeing, is the abider in the fruit of that. Then beyond that, then the explanation will come later. more to talk. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about what the person will then become. Yeah.
I kind of get that the physical connection is something that one kind of overcomes.
Yeah.
That obstruction believing in
Yeah.
in that way. But how can it be that somebody who has gone through the path of preparation, do all the forgiveness and all that they can know the three parts of each, and then they still have a wrong
Yeah.
on morality, for example?
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
That you still have some doubt, but
Yeah.
until you get to see
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
But how come the wrong view of morality is still there?
Yeah. Tā tānda di tōngmāng kūñjō sūm sēchō rā, pāng sēchō rā. Tā di pāngi kāngsā di tā kānda gyūnshū shūpa lā shiā guā rā, shūpa pōnggō rā. Tā kō jōlam gēsā rēs rā. Dindē jōlam gēsā wē kāngsā jīgī tā dindē jīgī pēnā jīgsō gu tāwā tā. Anī lākbā tu sūtim tā tūshū chōngsēn sē dindē lā jī nyebāng gōyā tā dindē lā jī yō rā. Dīgē jī tī jīgī bē.
Yeah. Good question. Tate tagares ro koronzol tiga ne nidru yomares inaya macho pong sengi te sandu che te pong ko res pena ngachu jala tni yomares tnu to ji chunza inayo Matsuga the Puyo Marisra. So sick Puya Soya, the Legio Mars, nine a leg, Chinoson, the Chunza Ponsa Soji, Yajimarisra. That the Pumi sounds like Yogo was.
You are absolutely right. You know, there is someone who like way past the path of preparation. You know, there's no the person would no longer will have such a no danger of falling into such a extreme practice or such view. But at the same time, that person has not yet abandoned those like a wrong view from its root, from the seeds. So we are generally talking about how those three are the main obstructions to liberations. Okay, and so therefore the person is following the path, but still have to overcome that, uproot those three afflictions. So like so it's like the explanation. What we understand from those stages of those different level of the path is that we can then see that okay, when we reach to that path, we have completely overcome. But right now, for example, when we talk about ourselves, probably we may think that we don't have that such a view of of viewing this like the second type of afflictions. But if we ask ourselves, have we overcome that? Have you abandoned that? Are you sure you're confident that you will never follow that path? Then Geshe said, even he doesn't have that confidence to say that I will never follow that wrong practice. Even if right now I don't have that, but I don't have that confidence yet. So just anyway, the caution is made. So have not read the one who is on the somebody who passed part of preparation, but has still not overcome the root cause of those afflictions.
Pena nyedo tama nyedo yorwa, tama nyeda tani yor, tama kabutani. Tani pe tel kombashu chembo shuwa yengi tenro. Ta ni kombashu chewa che, jel ko ni ta pena trawa na waji chewa ina. Trawa hote ka chidu sala, ni ki tama te tsamu shagara was, tani kabuti. Tsamu shagara te di neka sa panse ya shida yo mara sarwa, tsamu shawa tsanshi resu. Ni jela ni ko ta tani trama kadu sala, ni ta sanyi tron, tunyi tron ne pi kano chima ko dinga, tani tema mugo yunga resarwa. Jela ni tiga shencha na wado, tiga karisira, tela tani ducho gawa te yune, yunde sona tongo ina, jela pi chinen tek sama pi, ta te shosa mariso ne, din to etani yor was. Roa. Tendinda waji le pensa chena ta pe tingine re na chimjite tendinda waji pensa chena sarwa.
So when we talk about taking the abandoning the affliction from its root, then we're talking about someone then who gained a total confidence, total faith that now it will never happen, and not only that faith, but the person won't have that affliction no matter what other conditions, causes and condition happens. So if you say not sure whether this is the right example, if you talk an example of someone who is very addicted to like a smoking or some drug, and then suddenly he just as a way to overcome this, become a monk, take a robe, and then would be a very challenging for the person. Maybe first few days maybe okay, then eventually when person could smell or find that the drugs whatever come close might be still might have a strong drive, desire to have that. And then however, the person, he has taken a vow, and then there's a reason for that, and then trying to really have to meditate and trying to think over it, and then if the person really remain consistent with his, the practice, with the challenging this, overcoming the addiction, and then eventually maybe come to the point where you feel confident, and then even someone offer, or, won't take, and then gain this full, confidence of having abandoned those addictions. So maybe this development or the attainment of the various stage of this such might be, similar, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so it's to overcome certain our problems, certain weakness. So we face certain challenges. So we have to work hard and hard, and then we could only say when really from the bottom of our heart, in depth of our heart, if we feel that now, I have now, overcome it, and I'm on top of it, of the problem. But we get that kind of reach to that feeling, then we normally we can say that has win, has won over that problems. Yeah.
Any question?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just what we've been talking about now, the abide in the fruits of wisdom entry that we've been talking about in overcoming those three afflictions. What actually is the antidote? Is it the direct realization of emptiness itself that is the antidote, or is it the just continued meditation after entering into the path of sin? What actually is it that overcomes those three?
단다디 동방 그 군조숨 세죠라. 다디기 ngönyeng jingeng lamjoro lamsro toba ti khare sa tongyi toba shego chibo shagore ti mai me shanda de re sgisa ta khorang ngo tala digi da toma kunjo sum pongye jorwa
karsa
kunjo sum pongye jorwa di ngo sa ngo pongje ge nyembo ngo de khare shagore tongyi toba chibore shanda yore sgisa
re tanda atuni tu bishara hyuna to larwa ta yashu drwa tanda ne ruji bilu she de goisa kuzo dome tupi ni pache me ot syo res kuzo dome tupi
no. So in here, we follow the Sotandrika Madhyamika school of tenets. So according to that, so when we talk about the uninterrupted path of seeing of the Sharvakas, so then the realizations is with respect to the selflessness of our persons, according to that school, not necessarily the emptiness as we know. 사실 직다다 다다 수dim 지겨로 두슈 총선세도 단전소 응외고 년보디 돈이 직보래 현다를 여러서
여러 다때 구조도 메토피테 돈이 세그마로 왔다
라라데로 라 오늘
데데다가래 대단히 니 돈도
라
주도 준비 제지 돈와세듯이야
라
근데 루지 빌라 때 루자가 때또 본거야
네
니디 루자스네 루자샤가 루자가니 tel nyonja zogi tel zundu zundu zeji tongala nyombasha wala tene ko pongo yorwa tene kato pongo yorwa.
So according to that Sotandrika Madhyamika school, so we could also have not only the selflessness of a persons, but also of the realization of like a subject and object as being empty of a separate, nature of separate entity, that is also can be also the realization of that uninterrupted path, and can overcome, which the directly counteract these three afflictions. So this happens within the here according to that school, Sutantika Madhyamika, so in terms of the Sarvaka, path, so that's the selflessness of a person, whereas the path of solitary realizers, so in that their realization on that uninterrupted path of seeing is with respect to that the non-duality of the subject and object.
Just to clarify, foe destroyer, is that the same as solitary? A foe destroyer, you talked earlier about foe destroyer.
Yeah.
Is that the same as solitary realizer? Same project?
Rere chasuti tombungo.
That is Dachumba Keshiwar. Dachumba Sejora. That the Yangazo Ranges, that is Dachumba, this tiny Keshin, Keva Karela.
Rujata chomba.
Oh, but it's not Ranges, it's not. Dachumba Segua, Ranges, the unique cheaper developers.
Ta rujipilul puji sola chewa yores. Puja la chewa yores. Long desala de chewa yores.
No. Are you talking about the term foe destroyer and the solitary realizers? The maybe inji tangi ro ta ngzu dachomba se da range se jo range.
Rujata
Kagaro. Range da dachomba ma da. Chida range
tu
se.
dachomba imba chepache.
Re.
Ani nonsel te loga yores.
Yeah. The solitary realizer the Pradyeka Buddha, right? So that like the hearers, they also have a 5 path. Okay? So you could have 5 path of the solitary realizer path, and then 4 destroyer of the solitary realizer, and 4 destroyer of the hearers, vehicle. So that's it. Within the lesser vehicle, there are 2, right? Hearer and solitary realizers, and each has a 5 path. Yeah. Yeah. We'll come back maybe. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.